Well, happy Sunday morning, everybody. We're going to get some more work done on the trunk of the car, which I really didn't think was going to be more work that I needed to do, but nonetheless, we have to get in there and finish the fender thingy for the passenger side, which is going to be a little bit of an adventure. I'll take you in there, I'll show you some measurements that we're going to do, but not much time this week, so I really did not get out here one single day this entire week. So it's Sunday morning. We're going to see what we can crank out. Let's get back after it. All right, so this is the driver's side. You can see how we got that panel in there, and I think this is actually going to be a perfect place to tuck away the compressors right up here inside the fender. It'll be out of the way, get some floor space here in the trunk. I'm going to put the tank there, but I was actually considering, why don't we just put it on the bottom of the package tray so it would be like upside down. The only thing that I need to work on in that regard would be where the water drains out. I would need to just, I can cap that off and then just move it to that side. So if it's upside down, it's just an air tank. It doesn't care which way it's facing, other than you want to drain any water that might accumulate in there from time to time. So I'm quite honestly thinking about putting it up under the package tray, keeping this space available for where I'm going to mount the battery. I tried shoving it over to this side, leaving space. There's really not enough room for a battery over there. So I think that might be a good idea. If anybody has any thoughts on that, let me know. But so I thought this was just going to be a mirror image. So this is the driver's side. This is the exact same template I had the passenger side on, but it's tough for the, there we go. You can see here, there's a gap. It's almost an inch all the way around here. This is the exact same template that I used on the other side. I just, flipped it over end for end. Now, looking at the fender itself, other than it's kind of rusty and crusty, they put that fiberglass in there not for structural purposes or to repair body damage, just to replace rot. So when I look at this fender compared to this fender, turn the light around, it doesn't look like it's been smashed in or beat down with a hammer or any significant repairs to the fender itself. So I guess my question is really, was it this far? Were the tolerances that bad? I'm looking, at my trunk here. This is fine. This isn't beat up or bent in. It wasn't smashed or anything like that. Same thing on this side. This looks nice and smooth. There's no damage to this at all. The trunk closes nicely. If you look at the outside of the fender, again, crusty, rusty. There's a little ding there, but not to push it in an inch so that I couldn't just flip the template around. So I'm kind of confused by that, but I will just have to make another template. The other thing that I learned, past Adam taught me this, was when, I'm going to get this out of here, when I was trying to grind this so I could put a little couple tack welds on here for the top of the panel, it was really hard to do once I had welded this thing in. So I drew my line there. I'm going to grind that off until the fiberglass so that future Adam doesn't have to worry about trying to get the grinder in there with that stupid thing in the way. So not going to bore you with a lot of the procedure on this side because it's exactly the same, but that's kind of the plan for today if we can get a bunch of work done. So one of the things I didn't record before was just finishing up the welding on the seam there where the trunk panel meets the horizontal rail that, supports the fender and all that kind of stuff. So before I get to that stuff, I'm going to finish some welding in the corner here, and that'll be covered up by that panel anyways, but I just kind of want to finish it. So I'm going to get in there and do that real quick. just like that, we've got another panel here. So I'm going to weld this in here just like we did the other side, and then we will make the top of it to match. Well, mostly match, because again, the passenger side is entirely different from the driver's side. So I'm going to tack this in around the perimeter and move on. Well, this is a totally random addition, but this is supposed to be a solar-powered chicken coop door opener thing, and it doesn't work at all. It's a piece of crap. I left a really horrible review on Amazon about this. None of the control thing works. There's no way to connect it. So, I mean, seems to be missing parts. The hardware sucks. The instructions were non-existent. But, so I did get this linear actuator thing, which that might be something cool to add to the master. Maybe a power trunk lid opener thing. I don't know. But we'll consider that for the future. If anybody has any ideas on that, 12 volt in and out, maybe, like I said, trunk lid opener, unsure. Give me some ideas in the comments. Okay, so here's the template for the passenger side. So this is very similar to what I did on the driver's side. Again, I am making this up as I go. So I just kind of evenly spaced these out somewhere from the middle to, you know, here and here. I tried to mimic what was on the other side, but again, this does not match exactly. Nonetheless, here's what we got. We're gonna do the perimeter like we have done on all the other panels, and then some beads in the middle. And I really think this is gonna be where I mount my compressors, because I think that would really save some space in the trunk. So just kind of wanted to show you what I did over here, and we will go roll it out. Well, here she is. So just in case you're out there and you've never done anything like this before, I'm here to show you that even if you don't have any idea what you're doing, you can make it up as you go and kind of come up with a complete floor for a trunk for a 1937 Chevy Master Deluxe. So I think, all things considered, for having never built a trunk before, I'll take it. I don't know. It seems to work out okay. So what I'm going to do is, I did get my package from Summit this week. I'm going to fill in that area back there with the seam sealer, the bonding adhesive for the panel right along this area here, all the way along the back. I'm going to build a little patch for the corners here on both sides, and that will finally complete the trunk. So I think we got pretty symmetrical. I think these panels in the corners where we're going to mount the compressors look pretty good. That's probably where this one's going to end. I think that this is a trunk. Then the next thing I need to do, if I'm going to bother with the trunk anymore, is, I think, like I said, I want to put the compressor up here where that light is hanging right at the moment. Not the compressor, the air tank. I'll put the compressors on the sides, air tank up there. Anybody has any thoughts on that, let me know. And since the trunk is now final and I really can't waste any more time back here, I really have to go into the car and I need to build the sills for under the doors because those are roached. So I think that'll be the next one for this week. This is where I'm signing off. Thanks for coming back. Appreciate everybody watching. All right, well, I got my stuff from Summit here. Got my applicator gun for the panel adhesive, panel bond stuff. Looks pretty straightforward, I guess. Two-part epoxy kind of thing. Looks like it comes with a couple applicators here. It's not nearly as much as I thought I was going to get, but I guess you just screw one of these on there, and we got warnings, precautions, and responses. No instructions. So I assume just put it in there, squeeze until you get a bead, and let it dry. It says clamp time 3 to 4 hours, cure time 24 hours. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably do that around, the seam where the fiberglass was. And that's kind of it. That's all I'm going to do with this stuff, so I don't need a lot of it. And then I just ordered a thing of seam sealer, and I'll do that, I guess, around any open areas. I guess in the short term, I really don't need to do much. For the time being, this is going to be ready for rat stock in September. So, do I just leave the tack welds for the time being, because obviously that's structurally fine? Then I could finish welding. I could put seam sealer just along the edges. It's for a rat rod competition, so I don't really have to worry about being perfect. But I don't know. Probably gonna have to order more of that. Anyways, that'll be for the next time we get back after this. So for the time being, I'm going to look up, see if there's any reviews or instructions on that. I'm assuming it's pretty straightforward. Just put it in there, squeeze, get a bead, done. And then I've got more important things to do like the sills up there and the floor up there, move the drivetrain, all that kind of stuff. So for the time being, that's it for now. I'll look that up. I'll get back to you.